What's happening? People leaps, how's it going? Man, did you survive it? The holidays? I didn't. Boy, do I feel better. Man, it was a whole thing. So I shot like almost a 40-minute video yesterday. I deleted it because I was still in a space and I didn't want to be in rot. Why did I in rot? Like WROUGHT. In emotion. Interesting how that came out. Huh. Anyway. Right? Shit to come up to come out. You know? Rises to the surface. Okay, Google, turn on kitchen lights. Is that too bright? Okay, Google, kitchen lights to 50%. Is that better? No. Okay, Google, lights off. Okay, Google, kitchen lights off. There, that's better, I think. I know, my daughter's house. Talking things come on. Although, I was sitting here last night talking to someone on the phone and no Google came out. But they said dog, and then all of a sudden, Google started talking and saying everything about a dog. It was interesting. It does that sometimes. It just talks. When it hasn't been activated to speak to. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Anyway, how was your guys' Christmas? Mine was great. Christmas Eve was great. Christmas Day was a whole thing for me. You know, old patterns. Old patterns being whisked away. Because, man, for the longest time, I can't even, now I'm going way back. It's almost like parts of my life. Chunks are all gone. But anyway, yeah. You know, this is for those of you that the label, who identifies with the label healer. Maybe that's not a right way to put it. But anyway, this is for all of you that may be able to identify with this. And it goes a little something like this. At your nature, at the core of who you are, on your soul level, is kind and loving. Okay? I'm not saying the egoic parts, what I call human, the parts that from traumas and stuff that you haven't been a certain way, but those of you watching me that have been on your journey of wanting to just be better person yourselves, to heal, you know, so you can be loved, so you can express it and you can receive it or whatever. Yeah, clearing out. It's like cleaning out the closet. Stripping away the human layers. You know? Interesting, because I was saying something to my daughter the other day, and this just came up from a book. I didn't read it. I think I was reading one little part, but I don't remember it. Wow, I just heard, out of the formless comes form. I'm always shown like these geometrical, once I was shown that, they keep bringing it back into my head. We need to take a beat and circle back, because now we're going somewhere else, because it's all in my mind's eye. The movie Projector of the Mind. What's reality? What's a dream state? What is actual visions? Mine switches up, right? Maybe it could be dreams that I don't remember that are coming. I just heard to fruition. But I'm not cognizant. Cognizant? Cognizant, right? Cognizant. Cognizant. Did I spell that right? Oh well, doesn't matter. These words I'm coming up with that are popping out. It's like clean out the cobwebs, the residual, the things, the integration part, learning boundaries. Coming to a place where you're done. This is the part I find the most interesting. Ooh, and I hope I learned something right now when we begin to speak. I don't know, I just feel so fucking good. Love comes walking in. That's another song that's I was listening to before I started playing this, because it's like I could feel it. You know? Who identifies with that? I mean, is anyone, when I said those words, was it like, she nailed it? Nailed it! That's how I've been feeling, like someone's gonna be, that I'm gonna, you could feel the presence, although it's not there. Maybe you're alone all the time, and you're like, there ain't no fucking way, but I know I can feel somewhere, sometime, love's going to come walking in when you least expect it. Because you finally made peace with, I don't want any of that. I've been watching all these other motherfuckers around me, and I'm not the one. Or whatever. But learning our integration of our boundaries, what we're willing to put up with, or are we going to put up with things, taking matters into our own hands, really taking control. What was the word I wanted to say then? It's not coming out right. But really grasping, taking hold and control of the people, places, and things we want to be around, and how we interact with these people. How does your human feel reacting with these people? What do you do when you don't really like someone, they're talking shit and blah, 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 you let them be, right? Why is that not sitting, Sirena, why is that not sitting right with you anymore? What do you care? Or do you? Or is enough enough? Find your balance. Find your balance. Is the annoying part because you're fucking stuck with people that you have to be around, that you don't want to? Maybe you live with them, maybe you don't, maybe they're family, maybe whatever. And you're like, I don't belong here. You're like, I would rather be around people who have my best interest at heart rather than people who want to see me fail deep in the depths of them. Blech. Making me sick. Blech. Fuck these people. And you're like, no. Why am I stuck? Stagnant. I don't have to be this way. I want to be different. I want to be changed, right? You can be any way you want to. It's your fucking world and your life. I'm not the one. I just am hearing, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. How do you go from wanting to help everyone to having to have that boundary? Maybe not as like my human likes to do things, like, well, fuck you then. fuck it. Suck a dick, pound sand, bitch, you know? Like, hello, hi, hello. Nice to see you. I don't know. Finding your happy medium. To be able to actually, the people who don't want advice and the people who don't want who don't want your advice, basically, because you just want to help people because you see similarities, yourself and them per se, and you're like, hey, you're thinking, I've been through this, I can give you some friendly advice. If they don't want it, don't offer it. And finding that to be okay within yourself. People don't want to help, you're going to have to leave them by the wayside. The healer's journey, right? The one who's called to speak and share the story of your life and 1125 and how you overcome these things. That's got to be someone's birth date or something significant with 1125. Still, after all these 2-3 years. I'd have to say 2 years now. Did I tell you guys about my peacock ring? Making a receiving blanket. I said receiving blanket. Weird. I'm making a blanket for my granddaughter's baby. For her babies. So she can wrap them up. It's funny how little girls are born, and as they begin to do anything, they take babies and they automatically, like I watched my granddaughter hold the baby, you know, they want to coddle the baby, hold the baby, their baby, and cover their baby up, you know, and that motherly. And you could say, well, they learn it because that's how they're taken care of. Then why don't little boys want to do that? See what I mean? It's just interesting. So it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. It should be, because we're the ones that get pregnant. That was a fucking off the wall thing. So I'm gonna finish that. I'm going to finish my other leg warmer. I have some skull beanie caps to make for my son Aaron and for Jason. I'm going to make them each one. I don't know if my baby girl, I've got to make her another purse when I get home, where all my beads are at. I'm going to make a beaded purse. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Anyway. We have New Year's coming. They say it's the New Year, but it's really not, is it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Or like springtime, wouldn't that be around the first year? Or a new year when new life comes? The rabbit hole, 1444, gets deeper and deeper. I'm proud of you guys. I just popped in my what needs to be shared was fucking proud of you, yo. Look how far you've come. Let's take a moment and reflect for a second. You're not where you used to be. Your choices, your paths are laid out. Depending on which one you choose, so you can never really know your timeline. No one can know your future depending on the choices you make from every moment. Confirmation burp. Dang, excuse me. One foot in front of the other. Focusing on ourselves. What can we do in this world around all these other humans walking around in their little world, creating their world around them, and we intertwine with them. What's truly the most important thing to you? For you. Not what you've had maybe stuck in your mind, things you should do or you should be doing because of this, that, or the other thing. What is it you truly want? Have you really ever rawly, in the rawness of it, like deep in you? Are your dreams really your dreams? Or are those dreams planted there by either yourself or people around you, family or wherever? You've painted a picture perhaps. And maybe you think you're not on that path. Perhaps right now you're thinking, I have no fucking clue. I don't see an end in sight. I don't see how to do that. Still, do one thing towards that. Even if it's just writing down what you love, what you enjoy, what you want to create. And then changing your mindset towards that by going, yeah, I want to do that. And then being willing and open to go with the flow, right? To being pliable, in a sense. Pliable, that's funny. If it's better health, do it. It's bringing me back to a conversation that my daughter and my son-in-law and I were having the other night, talking about like procrastination in a sense, right? And how to break out of that when we get stuck thinking things to death to where we become like paralyzed, stagnant. We don't move, we don't do anything because there's just too much. We think it to death, therefore we don't do anything, rather than just breaking that pattern, breaking that mold, breaking that wiring, that pattern, right? And just getting up without thought and doing things that just need to be done. And the more we do that, the more we can, it's like muscle memory. The more we won't sit and go, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I just don't want to do that. Oh, I don't really want to do that. And you begin to change your patterns and change your old ways of doing things, because let's face it, new patterns, rewiring our brains to do things different. doing it afraid, doing it in the dark, right? The unknown path. But having that knowing, that inner knowing that you know, with that idea in a certain way you want to be, you just go forth that way and see how it unfolds, and being flexible as to what arises. Things could shift and change, but you'll know because it feels good. Because your mind, your human, and your heart will say, your soul, are in cohesion. Coherence, cohesion. Why do I always say that? They're working together. It feels right. It feels like it's in alignment. I'm sitting down and taking deep breaths and connecting your Earth Star chakra with your Soul Star chakra and all chakras in between. I heard pillar of light. I watched Witcher Blood Origins last night, and then I started watching Witcher again. And, yeah. Rewatching things is really interesting because you see and hear things that maybe you didn't pick up on before, depending on where you're at, right? In your evolution, in your journey. I'm getting that Sarah Connor vibe from Terminator. Like, you feel it. You know things are changing, and you've known it for years and years, and we've been complacent. We've procrastinated. Maybe not all of us. Oh, well, that's gone. But what are we going to do now? The urgency of disengaging, disattaching, whatever, from societal norms, which is just a construct, an ideology, a programming. The first year, eat that which grows of itself. What is that? 2 Kings 19, chapter 19, verse 29, I think. I don't think I have it written down in my book. And then the second year, do the same. And the third year, plant whatever it says in 2 Kings. This is it. Getting prepared mentally, and then working towards that. Not everyone's going to want to live off the land, so to speak, and do things like that, but there's some of us who really do. We're ready. Or we think we are. Get yourselves ready, lest it be done to you, you know what I mean? It's like cutting those people out of your life, cutting those things out of your life. I just got a notification, Ty Herndon notification. So, getting, how they say, like, if you don't cut these things off, then, God will cut it out of your life for you, and it's going to be way worse unless you just do it yourself. That kind of thing, right? Like Sarah Connor. everyone thought she was crazy, but she just did shit on her own because she knew a bigger vision. She knew what was coming. And she was locked up and you know what I mean, and told crazy, but she wasn't. Was she? She knew the truth. She went against the grain. Everybody. You know, her son wasn't with her. She was crazy, right? Dating guys where she can learn things, weapons, and you know what I mean? Like putting yourself in places to learn things. Some of you are like, holy shit. Yeah, some of you that just clicked, resonated with you. Gotcha, right? You're getting these ideas and these visions of getting back to basics, back to the old ways, and how fun would it be to whittle some wood and put things together and notch things together. No screws, no anything, just things, other people's trash can become a whole community's treasure. Reclaimed wood, things people throw away, that could be transformed into something else. Taking the basic things taking mud and grass, right? Adding water to it, making adobe homes. Taking rocks, building fire pits, building shelters and little homes by digging in the side of a hill, or if you're near mountains, digging down, you know what I mean? Just learning how to live. You're done with survival mode and just learning how to live. I found it interesting in that blood origins, because I'd never seen that before. But, and I had wrote this probably a couple years ago about, I've said this before in videos, I think two worlds colliding, the alignment, things happening. I don't know. Did I ever really upload a video where I said I fucking lost my shit and I got angry and I was angry for a couple of days and I was still cussing yesterday? And what a struggle it is. I don't want to stay. I was going to say what a struggle it is to stay in that energy. I don't want to stay in that energy. I need to look at it for what it is and let it go. Things aren't okay with me. Learning to control my emotions. Why do I still have emotions like that? Because you're human? No. I'm not fucking human. I usually Freudian slip that one. This time I said it on purpose. But anyway, begin to feel the awesomeness of the unknown that's coming because of how far you've come and you know where you're going. Standing in that. hard to do when you look at everything that's going on around us and all the fuckery and all the shit that's going to be happening. But you know what? Finding your inner peace. Nothing can take that away. You know when you experience what I mean. And isn't it grand? But anyway, I've probably been on here forever. Like usual, yeah, 30 minutes. Oh. I'm going to get back to crocheting and listening to my song. Love Walks In. From Van Halen, actually was Sammy Hagar. When Sammy Hagar was Van Halen. I just wanted to say, this is what I was hearing, I just wanted to say, welcome to your new life. Whatever that may be. By whatever seeds you planted. By whatever boomerangs you threw out. May all your dominoes fall into your blissful life. Or whatever you created. I heard from, I don't know. Shit's about to get real. 31. It's my wish, my intention that hopefully something I said makes sense to someone. Somebody needed to hear something I had to say and it wasn't all just mumbo jumbo. Yeah, I'm feeling some type of way. Anyway, peace and hair grease.